Okay, one more example to show you. And this is probably the most challenging type of factoring question. And that's because there's a number in front that is not equal to 1. So we have to worry about two numbers, the beginning and the end number. But don't worry, I'll show you how to do it. We're still going to set up our parentheses because we have a trinomial in descending order. I'm going to do this one right underneath. This is called the guess and check method. So for the beginning, you notice to get 6, we can either use 3 times 2 or 6 times 1. And for 12, there's lots of choices, 4 times 3, 6 times 2, or 12 times 1. So those are lots of pairs of numbers that we're going to check together. My advice is always start with the numbers that are have nothing in common. So if you notice, in the second column, you have a 6 and a 2. Those both have a 2 in common, so we're not going to use those. So these two numbers here both have an even number in them. So we're not going to use them because that would mean there would have to be an even number in all three places, which there isn't. Just a little trick. So I'm going to start with the 3 and the 2, and I'm going to try the 4 and the 3. And if that doesn't work, I'll try the 3 and the 2 and the 12, 1. And if that doesn't work, I'll move on to the 6 and the 1. But let's see if we're going to get lucky. We will. So I'm going to try 3x and 2x. And then I'm going to try the 12. So I'm going to try the 4 and the 3. And again, with this 4 and 3, I'm not going to put the 3 with the 3 in this parenthesis. We never want to put two numbers that have the same factor in one parenthesis. It's another little trick. You learn these as you go along. So I'm going to put the 4 here and the 3 here. Now we have to go back to this idea of signs. We are subtracting, right? So subtracting means the signs are plus and minus. Well, we're just going to put in a plus and a minus, and we're going to check. So we have to check to see if we get 1 in Miss Tomlinson was just calling me. We're going to check to see if we get a 1 in the middle. 4 times 2 is 8x, and 3 times negative 3 is negative 9x. So if I add those together, I'm going to get negative 1. So I'm really close. I want to get positive 1. So the only thing I need to do here is switch the signs. So this is the one that takes the most work. So we're going to put the minus here and the plus here. And that makes this a minus 8 and a plus 9, which is a plus 1. And that's what we were looking for, plus 1. So this is the correct factored form for 6x squared plus x minus 12. What I'll tell you about factoring is it's kind of challenging at first, but it's a skill that the more you practice, the better you'll get at it, as with anything else in life. Just practice and also watch the other videos that I provided for you from Khan Academy.